Anagnorisis. Greetings humans, it is I, Lord Bael here, with another album review for you. Today we're going to discuss Anagnorisis and their album Beyond All Light, released just this last year in 2013. Anagnorisis is a US black metal band following similar sounds as Agalak, Alda, Adara. It would seem a lot of these US black metal bands like the letter A. Anagnorisis are scene veterans, having been around since about 2005, if I'm not mistaken. The only original member is Zach Denham, who is the primary songwriter. This new album, Beyond All Light, has gotten a lot of attention both locally and nationally, so I was very interested to give it a proper listen and see if it really does live up to the hype that it's built. Overall impressions of the album are certainly positive. Anagnorisis have moved away from the core elements of their previous efforts and embraced the US black metal aesthetic with lots of open passages, not a whole lot of musical complexity within the riffs, more emphasis on the emotion and feeling being conjured by the music. This new sonic territory for the band is most evident within the keyboard playing of Sam Hartman. This album finds him using more pad sounds and more synthesizer sounds than keyboard and traditional instrument sounds on the whole. This certainly isn't a bad thing per se, as it adds a lot more atmosphere to the music, but this is important to note that this is not the Anagnorisis of 2 years ago who released Ghosts of Our Fathers. The opening track, Eurylean Path, is certainly an excellent way to start this album and showcase the new sonic direction that the band have gone. You're assaulted with a wall of bleak, depressing, vile, black blasting. The vocals are distorted and drenched in reverb. The guitars are certainly lower in the mix. The synth wall is just pushing against you as you listen. The drums are pounding, and sadly, the bass is again inaudible. Track 2 moves a little closer to the previous efforts style-wise. However, they bring in some interesting new things with a saxophone solo about halfway through during a particularly dissonant and chaotic passage. Whether or not it's good, not sure. It certainly fits the mood. The screeching and squealing of the sax are adding to the sonic insanity that's happening. So I'd say, yeah, good choice. My personal favorite track, track 3, Death Mimics Life, showcases the new sonic sound probably at its best. The song is almost not even a black metal song and more of a post-rock kind of just ambient, atmospheric summoning. It's incredibly dark, brooding, desolate. It almost reminds me of some of the parts on Dimmu Borgir's album Stormblast, the original recording. The only thing that could have made the track better would be to incorporate actual keyboard sounds as opposed to just pad synth sounds. The second half of the album opens with another incredibly bleak track, and this track almost steps foot into DSBM style. The vocals on this are incredibly processed and just swelling. The keys on this track are particularly well done, and also the keys are excellent on the next track, Bountiful, Godless Life. This might be the best song on the album, maybe. The opening riff, while catchy, doesn't entirely fit the rest of the feel of the song, but from the end of that riff forward, the song is exquisite. It harkens back to the old style of Anagnorisis, circa Alpha Omega EP and the Ghosts of Our Fathers tribute. The acoustic bridge in the midsection is phenomenal, and oddly enough, the guitar solo in this segment somewhat reminds me of Pink Floyd, circa Echoes. The last track, track 6, follows the wall of sound mentality as well. The opening of it is rather blasé. However, we get actual keyboards in this song, which is excellent. The second half of the track is certainly better than the first half, and the use of brass within the song is a good choice. Overall thoughts on the album, I think that production-wise, the kick drum is turned up just a little bit too loud, almost distractingly loud. And as is typical with most metal releases these days, the bass is missing entirely. The vocals are well done, overprocessed, but that fits within the black metal idiom that they are trying to achieve. The keyboards on the whole are well done. Could have used a little more actual key sounds, could have ventured a little bit further outside of the realm of pad synths and just kind of making an ambient bass track underneath the music, but still well done. Overall, I think this is a good record. I don't think that it's deserving of as much praise as it's getting. This is certainly not a perfect record, and is certainly not the best release that Louisville has seen within the past 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. I'd give it a solid 7, moving towards a 7.5 out of 10. Again, I'm Lord Bael. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.